Hello, this is David Jenkins, La Plata Town Council member from Ward 4. I will be your host for this podcast titled La Plata Ward 4 Update, providing updates about the La Plata Town Council meetings, issues affecting you as residents, and other related activities. I've also started a La Plata Ward 4 video update, which are short videos about specific projects and issues, and have been posted to my Facebook page, facebook.com/djenkinslp Town Council Ward 4 /. These videos are also posted to the app or the website called Nextdoor, www.nextdoor.com//.newsfeed. A little background: the Town Council has their work sessions each month on the second and third Tuesday, and then we have our business meeting on the fourth Tuesday. All meetings start at 6 p.m., and now the Town Council work sessions and business meetings are now hybrid. That is, you can attend in person or virtually. Each agenda provides a link to attend virtually using the Microsoft Teams platform. Meeting agendas can be accessed to the town website, www.townlaplata.org. And please note, all meetings are recorded, so you can view them later at your leisure. So now let's get started with our latest update. Hi, and welcome again to this latest episode of La Plata Ward 4 Update podcast. This is David Jenkins, La Plata Town Council member from Ward 4, and your host for this podcast. Today, I'd like to give you a brief overview about mixed-use development. They support a combination of different types of land uses within a particular project, rather than developing only one use in that particular project. For example, in the existing communities in La Plata of Clark's Run and Kings Grant, they are only developed for single-family homes. This is a lot different than a mixed-use development. Mixed-use projects can be site-specific, they can be neighborhood-based, or they can be of a regional impact, and can be incorporated into new development, redevelopment, or infill areas in both urban and rural areas. Mixed-use developments typically have higher densities, but it is important to note that this is dependent upon each community, their development patterns, and also their requirements. Mixed-use developments also includes other uses other than residential. They include places where folks may work, shop, or play within these residential areas. So here in La Plata and Charles County, there are mixed-use developments, but you would not see densities like in Washington, D.C. or more urban communities to our north. Such development is sometimes required through municipal zoning regulations or ordinances. Mixed-use planning strategies can revitalize neighborhoods, can reduce congestion by perhaps fulfilling daily needs by walking or cycling versus getting in a car. They can be a boost to the local economy and businesses. They can create safer streets with less cars and more opportunity to walk and bike. And finally, encourage walking and social connectivity within a residential or commercial community. In mixed-use developments, it's been shown that people walk or ride bicycles more often than in single-use development areas, again, like Clark's Run or Kings Grant. Reducing automobile trips or car trips with biking and walking in mixed-use development areas can reduce vehicle miles of travel, or VMT, and therefore reduce greenhouse gas emissions that contribute to pollution and climate change. Mixed-use development is a smart growth strategy that can be successfully used to sustain and promote active living in rural and suburban areas. So, you ask, are there mixed-use developments or are they permitted in La Plata? The answer is yes. Let me briefly go through where they are allowed in our zoning ordinance. The town zoning ordinance has a traditional development mixed-use zone. That's in section 191-33 in our town zoning ordinance. One example of this is the continuing and ongoing development of Heritage Green, now called Pine Grove. This requires a minimum area of 25 acres. It is important to really understand the intent of this zoning district. So let me briefly read through those. They should provide a mixture of uses, including residential, commercial, civic, and open space uses within close proximity of one another within neighborhoods. They should provide a mix of housing types and styles to accommodate all households of all ages, sizes, and incomes. They should also incorporate significant environmental features into the design, like preserving wetlands, other open space areas, and other environmentally sensitive areas like floodplains and wetlands. They should encourage enhanced development techniques to provide open space and land planning and superior architecture. There should be a flexible approach to the development of these projects in terms of land use, density, and design, because typically they are large areas or large tracts of land and do require development over an extended period of time. For instance, Pine Grove, they are estimating a build-out period of anywhere from 10 to 13 years. So there should be some flexibility in how they develop, subject to a master site development plan. The other intent is to provide commercial and mixed-use areas that are safe, comfortable, and attractive to pedestrians. They should be able to provide roadway and pedestrian connections. An important issue is to provide transitions between high-traffic areas and streets and the adjacent land uses, which are typically lower density. And they should encourage efficient land use by facilitating compact, high-density development and minimizing the land needed for parking, which again creates additional stormwater management issues. So that's our current traditional developed mixed-use zone that's in our town zoning ordinance. Another mixed-use zone in our town ordinance is called Neighborhood Commercial Mixed-Use Zone. And this is the zoning for a recent annexation approval called Villages at Rosewick, which was annexed into the town in 2022. This site is located at the intersection of Rosewick Road and Washington Avenue. Again, it's important to look at the intent statement within the zoning category, and it is important for this one because it should be in a targeted municipal growth area that's in our comp plan. It should be an unutilized or transitional or vacant site. So this particular site met that burden. Again, it's also the intent of this zoning category to encourage a balance of mixed and compatible land uses that should be consistent with our environmental guidelines with respect to landscaping and buffer yards and the use of public open space and green space. It should encourage compact development to maximize the use of, if it's available, public transportation, bicycle, and pedestrian access within the town. Again, because of the potential for a long build-out period, it should provide flexible design standards and guidelines for the development of land over a period of years. So that are the two main categories in our zoning ordinance that allow mixed-use developments. And again, it's important to note, mixed use includes a variety of housing types, as well as commercial, office, and other related uses that would serve the adjacent residential communities. Each of these mixed-use zones requires, according to our zoning ordinance, a master site development plan with specific standards that have to meet the intent and purpose clauses I just reviewed for each zone, and then it has to be approved by the Planning Commission. Now, it's important to note that mixed use provides a different residential housing types, and also commercial, office, and light industrial uses are typically allowed, but again must meet specific standards and must be compatible with adjacent land uses. Now, this is contrasted with other mixed-use communities but don't have a commercial office component. These include existing and ongoing development communities of Agriculpia and Steeplechase. Now, again, these are mixed-use residential communities and provide a mixture or a choice of single-family, townhouse, and apartment units. But there are no active commercial or office-based uses within these existing communities. That's not a bad thing per se. Again, I just want to highlight the difference between a true mixed-use community versus the mixed-use community for residential uses only. So there are mixed-use communities here in La Plata and Charles County. They all provide a range of housing types, perhaps a more active lifestyle, all the while hopefully will reduce car dependency, assuming that daily needs are met within that community and you can walk to them. For more information about mixed-use development, I'm going to refer you to an article that's in a website called Blue Zones, www.bluezones.com, 2020/07/what is a mixed-use neighborhood. I'll put the link to this in the notes for this podcast. There are also additional resources available from this website about other mixed-use proponents and issues as well. So thanks again for listening to this podcast. I'm planning future episodes to include one entitled Fact versus Myth, La Plata and Charles County Growth. I will also follow up with additional updates from our town council meetings and additional information and activities about pedestrian and bike safety, a particular subject dear to my heart. But also let me know about what topics you're interested in so I can provide those as well. So please email me your topics of things you want to know more about. And if you have questions and comments, please email me at djenkins@townoflaplata.org. Thanks a lot and hope to hear from you soon. This concludes the latest La Plata Town Council Ward 4 update. I hope you find this podcast informative and useful. So let me know what you think. I look forward to speaking to you again and listening to your questions and concerns. To reach me, my email address is djenkins@townoflaplata.org, or my cell phone number is 301-263-3471. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon.